think that's better. Okay. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey. Hi.
So what are we on, actually? Chapter? Well, we're on
Five.
a lot of things.
5.
It was 5.
Was it 5?
What's the end of
3.
chapter 4?
Oh, the bitchy message.
Yeah.
The bitchy message. So we're on 5. Yes.
Cool. I'm glad.
Okay. Hi, is everyone? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. I had an energy drink, I had 2 energy drinks, I had Red Bull, I had a Switch.
So the normal.
I got my coffee. We're good.
Coffee,
I got my
Strong one
water.
too.
Okay. Chapter 5.
Yeah.
Nikita. I lie
I
staring.
want coffee. Sorry. I took a sip and my mouth is
On fire.
Need someone to kiss better and
No, do you?
have an idea.
Let's try that again. I lie.
Round 2.
There you go. I lie staring at the light blue wall of my brother's guest room. My back is turned to the window, but I'm well aware of the sun outside, reminding me that I have spent most of the day in bed. I just can't go back to sleep. Feeling emotionally and physically exhausted, I can't bring myself to move either. Lying down with the duvet wrapped around me, I proceed to ignore the world outside that is continuing without me. Yep.
Sounds like a good day.
Sounds like a good day, especially, yep, This sounds good. The last conversation I had was with my close friend, Andrea, filling her in on what had happened to me in the last 24 hours. We met during my first contract for a local airline, and we have remained close ever since.
Hey.
Excuse me. Hey. We've remained close ever since. No matter how few times we actually saw each other in person. That's the thing. Friendship doesn't have to be an everyday thing.
The friendships that do require are very high maintenance.
Yeah.
Exactly. She is currently working for a different airline. And since she is a fixer at heart, she was adamant about helping me find another job. She was going to try her luck on the airline she worked with. I'm not usually like this. I rarely allow things to get me down. But I can't find the strength in me right now to look for the silver lining of the situation. I was the one in control of my emotions, not the other way around. It is a skill I have had to master over the years. But right now, it's letting me down. For now though, I'm going to just wallow in my self-pity and disappointment, and maybe tomorrow I will be ready to pick myself up again. The last time I had felt this low was when Duncan pulled the plug on our relationship. 3 years of long distance had become too much for him, and I couldn't blame him. Sometimes it felt as if I was dating a ghost, and I knew he felt the same way. There was always a question mark over our relationship. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but I knew something was missing. That didn't mean I wasn't hurt when he ended it, especially how he ended it, with a text message saying it was over and where I could fetch my stuff.
To be fair, it was long distance. I mean, you barely saw each other for the relationship.
Okay, a phone call would have been better at least.
Yeah.
No!
Okay,
Or
no, but-
FaceTime.
No! Hey,
What?
Hey, honey, how are you? Oh no, good. I'm breaking up
Okay,
with
face,
you.
FaceTime, no.
Uh,
But phone call.
No.
No, have the guts
No,
to
have the decency to at least do it with your own voice. Like,
not
not
a text.
wait for a message
Actually,
or like a response.
Chat GPT, please break up with my girlfriend for me.
I prefer that. Send me a message. Don't break up with me over the phone. I hate phone calls as is, right? So now I'm answering. I'm like, cool, it's Bae.
It's Bae Nicole.
Cool, have a
Okay.
good day. I don't know.
See you, bye.
Oh, he
You know, on the phone I can be
carry
like,
over to
asshole.
day.
No, that was the point of a phone call. You
Because
send me a message, I don't even have
it's
to.
more impersonal.
just-
It's more personal.
Yeah,
We're
like
breaking up. We had enough personal,
So
obviously.
how many people have you broken up with over text?
All of them.
More!
I can't think of a single breakup I've
I'm
had
assuming
in
you have
person.
to. Yeah, I'm the
No,
only one.
I've never. I've always been the dumb.
That's been dumped. Yeah, no, I've had, also fair. No.
Why does it make me want to cry? Like, what the fuck?
Have more coffee.
Maybe that's also why, because remember, she
No, but
can
it's hot. It's gonna make me cry.
I think you should be crying for a different reason.
But that's the thing. You see it from the perspective of the cuppery. I don't want to say dumpy.
Always being dumped over text, and it fucking
But
sucks.
there you go. So that's why Mel is saying. That's okay. I think we've all gotten past that stage by
Yeah,
now.
I'm just waiting for someone to report it.
It's not going to be reported. But that's the thing. That's why Mel is saying personal. Because she knows what it feels like.
I'd rather
know
at least listen. I'd rather like at least hear the person's voice and be able to like shout at them before they hang up, and then I gotta get my shit out at least. I can't do that over text because you're gonna block me before I can answer.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, exactly.
I speak of experience. You look, she's done it. She's done it. They're like, oh, we're over.
Bye.
You know what? I'm giving you time to calm down. I'm blocking you. We can talk.
No, I want to shout at you now. Otherwise, we're gonna climb over gates to get into the house.
Up the sewage pipes. That happened. I broke up with someone over text.
And the next moment, because we hear more.
No.
And I'm not opening the gate. My gate's locked.
Just act like we're not there, even if the door's open. He's already heard us laughing our asses off. And the next moment, he's at the actual like. So it's the motorized gate to get into the property,
And then
it's the actual like little driveway, and then the actual like gate.
And it was a
like, the
2-story
door.
house.
And so we ran upstairs.
And so did he.
And he was trying to climb
Legit,
over.
he did. Open the window, all their ears, and we're like, go back downstairs, I guess.
Oh,
Let's just go
no.
speak to him so this dude does not kill him.
Yeah, yes, sis. My dad put up electric fencing not long after that.
Come get my daughter. I dare you.
Hey,
I dare
it's not like a
you.
shotgun, this electric fencing.
Yeah.
Why work harder when you can work smarter? My dad was like my aim shit. They just
Yeah.
barricade her off.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Okay. No, yo, you see, no, personal, not.
Let me
It
shout at
does
you.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen broke up with me over text, and I still preferred it that way because when I saw him on the bus, I walked in front of a truck. Because I was so dazed, I was like, what the fuck just happened? And boom, there I'm walking across.
Mm-mm.
You know where the buses drop people off? And then Boxburg High, that busy ass road? It's a main road going through Boxburg. And I was just like, okay, cool, let's walk. Stephen was watching all of it. So no,
And now you're married, so can't talk shit.
Actually.
Because I didn't get hit with the truck because someone was like, okay, let's just move it.
Well, could fetch my stuff. He was even more emotionally unavailable than I was. Eventually, the dull ache in my chest became nothing but a memory. I hear footsteps outside the door, which catches my attention and brings me out of my thoughts, just as there's a knock. Mama, my brother's voice came through the door. Are you awake? No. May I come in? No. He pauses for a minute before I watch the handle being pushed down, and the door opens to reveal my brother standing on the other side, with his hand covering his eyes. What are you doing? I mumbled. Ah, I get what he's doing.
Yeah, she said no, he's respecting her privacy, but
I mumbled the question. I wasn't sure if you were decent. I sighed. I'm decent. He opens his fingers, peeping between them before dropping his head and leaning against the doorframe. What are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing? Looks like you're down in the dumps, little lady. I should put that on silent. Apologies.
I was like, oh.
Stormy is on silent.
Break up text.
wasn't from me, I promise.
Who's listening in on our conversations now?
Nikita?
Nikita? Not Nikita from the story. Actually, wait. I think that was actually my mom's thing. But anyway, where were we? It looks like you're down in the dumps, little lady. What gives you that idea? I reply sarcastically. I tighten the duvet around me, cocooning me in the fake pretense that the world will not be able to get me through my protective layer of cotton. Come on, Mana, you know this is just a little bump in the road. Jay walks over, dropping down on his haunches in front of me, his face beaming with optimism. I've always admired his ability to do that, especially after the accident that derailed his life's plan. I watched what that did to him, and then one day he decided he had had enough of being a victim to his circumstances and took control of his life again. I don't know how he does it, but to this day, Jay is a sunshine guy. I can be a sunshine girl sometimes, but if I'm being honest with myself, I'm probably more accurately represented as a storm cloud. Have you eaten? No. You want something? No. Do you know any other words? He asks with amusement in his voice. Naya.
It's okay.
Fair. Jay shakes his head and laughs, straightening himself as he stands up. I came in here to invite you to come to lunch with me and the guys, but I can see now that you're too busy to spend time with your favorite brother. You're my only brother, I countered dryly as I glared at him. And who are the guys? Your best friend, Calvin. I roll my eyes, my default reaction to that name, and he laughs. It's going to be Calvin, Mario, and myself. I didn't know Mario was still around. Does he live here? He moved to the city about 6 months ago. Look, you and I have a lot of catching up to do, considering the last time I saw you was over a year and a half ago. I gape. There's no way it's been that long. He chuckles. It has. If I recall correctly, you had a boyfriend. And you were single. Doesn't seem like much has changed with you. Nicely done.
Brother, sisterly love.
You're right. Mario, if you touch my sister, we're gonna have a problem. That's not very zen of you, Calvin chimes in, actually causing me to chuckle. He has been somewhat bearable today, but that comes down to the fact that he has barely said anything. He has spent most of the time in quiet observation of our conversations. I know what he's thinking. I, on the other hand, do in fact have some alcohol in my system and became chatty-catty over here, more than I usually am. I would normally blame that on being Portuguese. I finished the rest of my drink, the slurping sound of my empty glass making Calvin glare in my direction. What? I place my glass down on the table. I wait for him to complain or argue the way he usually does, but instead he shakes his head and remains quiet. I'm about to pass a comment about how out of character he is acting, but Mario pulls my attention back to him. I'd treat you real nice, Mario states, eyeing my brother who's staring at him from across this table. Don't let your brother stop you from experiencing this egotistical much.
I wouldn't. That's just such a turn off. I'm like, no.
I've been like, no, we're good.
No.
I wanted to, but not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah, I'm good
Yeah,
now.
no.
You had a chance, and then, nah.
It sailed away. Sailed. I laugh as my brother's reaction is making this interaction even funnier. Oh, querido. I lift my hand to cup his cheek. He groans. Listen to that. Are you trying to kill me? This, you and I, we could never work. But I think it could. Think about it. You're a beautiful woman. I'm a beautiful man. You have such an ego. Imagine what we could produce to get... Jay jumps to his feet. And we're done, Mario. Move. You're swapping seats with me, big brother.
Jay to the rescue.
I burst out laughing. My big brother has always been protective of me, especially when it comes to his friends. And even more specifically when it comes to Mario. There's going to be a love triangle going on here. I'm well aware of his reputation with the ladies. As good looking and entertaining as Mario is, I've never been interested. His confidence is a magnet for other people's attention. And I'll admit that when I first met him, I relished in the attention he was giving me. But there is never a possibility for anything more. Mario is not my type anyway, and he knows that. But that doesn't stop him from trying, and I'm pretty sure he finds enjoyment in riling my brother up. While you guys play musical chairs, I need to pee. The restroom, she is calling me. The alcohol inside me is making its way right to the tip of my toes as I stand up.
That's
Jay,
a good feeling.
Please order me a plate of chicken wings. I need something in my system before it's too late. Chapter 6. Calvin. You're awfully quiet today, Mario remarks, leaning back as he drapes his arm over the back of Nikita's vacant chair. Just enjoying being an observer, I say, sipping on my drink. We had taken an Uber here since Jay insisted we all have drinks together. Usually I'm insistent on being the designated driver. However, today I'm in the mood to drink, and this bourbon is exactly what I needed. I glanced down at my watch. And since it's been over 24 hours since we last saw each other, I point to Mario. I thought you would have found a solution to my no-date dilemma. Mario counters. I'm working on it as we speak, fratello. Really? Because to me, it looks like you're just trying to get into Nikita's pants, I mutter dryly. Which is never going to happen, Jay jumps in. My sister is off limits. So you've said. Mario dismisses Jay's warning and turns to me. Let's go do a scan of the area and see what we're working with here. He proceeds to look around the pub. You expect me to pick something up here? I ask, shaking my head. Jay reaches for his beer, bringing it up to his lips. Mario can be your wingman. I'd be the worst wingman, Mario chirps. They'd be less interested in Mr. Pretentious over here if I was around. Fair, actually, if you think about it. I will not have Narcissus, as my wingman. I'd rather go to this wedding alone. I down my drink, signaling to the waiter for another one. I can't get my foot to stop tapping against the floor. My nervous twitch isn't something I have much control over. I don't understand. I thought you had a plethora of lovely ladies you could call. I do, Mario says, lifting his glass to his lips. But for me, not for you, jackass.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with sharing. What do you want about?
Is it? Is it? What? Okay, point. I roll my eyes in response. Now you decide to gatekeep? You might want to think about hiring someone, Cal, Jay says. You're running out of options. The only thing I'm thinking about is that I shouldn't have asked the two of you for help with this. Proper friendship there. Mario chuckles, his blasé attitude making me want to punch him. This shouldn't be that difficult, Calvin. All you have to do is offer someone a free holiday for a week. That's what we said last time.
Yeah.
And what we said last time. I promise you'll get a date like this. He proceeds to click his fingers for emphasis. Hell, I'd like a free holiday. Jay glances at me. You sure you don't want to take me? And don't think Violet will buy that you and I are together? I respond dryly. Fair point. Jay looks good in a suit, says Mario, his glass still in his hand as he points to Jay. He cleans up nicely.
Do you think guys would actually have that kind of conversation?
Yes, I do.
They do.
I think they talk about it more than chicks do, actually. And they just don't tell.
Friends group.
No, we're more open about it. We're more open.
Yeah,
about it.
they more low key. We're just like, yeah, we don't give a fuck who
No.
listens.
But they, the right group of guy friends, they're worse than chicks.
Okay.
Thanks, man, Jay says in response. You're welcome, my brother. How sweet. Sarcasm drips from my words. It is then that our waiter brings my drink and Mario proceeds to order snacks for the table, including Nikita's request for chicken wings. I take one sip, and for the first time, I wish it was something stronger. You need a female version of Jay, Mario states.
Wonder who that could be.
Wonder.
Would
It's
never
that lady
guess.
at the table.
It has to be. It
A
has to be her.
stranger.
Yeah.
Of Jay, Mario states, pausing as his eyes light up with an idea. I had seen that look many times before, and given what Mario had just said, I knew exactly where his mind went. No, I say, before he can open his mouth. Absolutely not. You don't even know what I was going to suggest. Oh, but I do. I shake my head. Bad idea. What idea? Jay asks, glancing between the two of us.
Nothing.
Nothing, my friend.
No idea. No.
No,
Don't worry.
nothing. Mario pauses, eyeing me as he waits to see if I would say anything. I stay silent, so Mario takes his opportunity to voice his brilliant plan. Nikita, Mario responds, earning an eye roll and a head shake from me. I knew that's who he was going to suggest. Mario was terrible with suggestions in general, but this had to be his worst one. Have you ever seen those two have a conversation where they weren't bickering like children the whole time?
I love that that's the first thing that his mind went to, though. Like, not the fact that, not my sister.
Yeah, because
They
it's-
always fight. That is obviously the issue at
but that's the
hand.
thing, it's the best friend compared to a good friend.
But, like, he already said, leave my sister alone.
But to Mario, not to Calvin. Because he doesn't believe that anything will happen with Calvin
No, his house rules.
as well.
His house rules was that there's no funny business between Nikita and Calvin.
Yeah, and now imagine like sending them off for a weekend, like a week
They're
alone.
not in his house.
Oh my god, actually wait, loophole!
Yeah,
They're not in his house. Rules don't apply.
very true, yes.
Okay, but still. My sister! No! But anyway, okay.
No, they're bickering
It's
like
not in my
children.
house, so they won't name their kids after him.
The ball in my house, you conceive in my house, is named after me or Brandon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Why don't you share with Nikita over here what your dilemma is? I'd rather not. Nikita slips back onto her chair, leaning her elbows on the table as she clasps. My English.
It's doing well.
Nice.
Clasp, yeah. As she clasps her hands together, glancing in my direction. Why not? I pause with my glass in my hand, halfway to meet my lips, and gesture between Nikita and Mario. Why don't the two of you just go back to discussing your date? I'm dying to see how long it will take for that vein on Jay's forehead to burst. Trying to change the subject, but it's not going to work. Jay's finger goes to his forehead. I don't have a vein there. Mario turns to Nikita, leaning closer to her, trying to keep his voice down, but he was Italian to the very core, and whispering was one of the many things he was incapable of doing. Listening seems to be another one. How would you like a free holiday for a week? I reach to kick Mario under the table,
Yawning, yeah.
but it's Jay who reacts. Ow! I lift my hand in apology. Sorry, that was meant for him. I gesture towards Mario.
Give him the table.
A free holiday? Nikita asks, her eyes lighting up as she glances around the table. To where? To nowhere, I interrupt, sending daggers Mario's way. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Mario ignores me, turning his body to cut me off from the conversation. He leans closer to Nikita. How did we pronounce this last time? Algarve.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Algarve. Nikita's eyes lit up. One of my favorite holiday spots ever. She glances in my direction, then shifts her eyes between me and her brother. What's the catch? Jay. Yeah. Jay laughs. The catch, my lovely sister, is that you'd have to be someone's date. Her eyes narrow on her brother. Why the hell are you speaking in riddles? Just tell me what's going on. You can tell she's been drinking.
Yeah.
Nothing is going on. I place my glass on the table. Definitely nothing that concerns you. Nikita scowls. Oh, really? Yes. End of discussion. This was hardly a discussion, she argues before turning to Mario. I watch as she lowers her chin and bats her eyelashes at him. Mario, will you tell me what's going on? Like a typical chick thing to do. I'm sorry, I have to say it.
Yeah.
Typical chick thing to do.
We do what we have to get the information we need.
Typical.
What do you
Love.
mean? We're innocent.
Yeah, no, we do nothing. Typical. Mario, will you tell me what's going on? I've seen that look before. It's Nikita's way of getting what she wants. And right now, she wants answers. Mario, whose brain was completely run by the one in his pants, caves under her gaze. Calvin needs a date to his friend's wedding because his ex is going to be there and we don't trust him to go alone.
Yeah.
Hell, Mario, I mumble, shaking my head. I am more than capable of going alone. Nikita turns towards me, amusement in her big eyes that peer at me. You need a date? No! I can feel the frustration brewing inside of me. These two idiots over here think I need one. I did need one, but I'd much rather go alone than allow this conversation to go any further. He does, Jay jumps in, earning a glare from me as he continues.
I love how he's like, yeah, go for it.
From
Mixed signals, my dude. Mixed signals.
Yeah, like you were helping to like, it ain't happening. Now you're just like,
it's happening.
take her.
Yeah, please, take her away.
I think he thought about it, he was like, you don't want her in the house.
Yeah.
He does, Jay jumps in, earning a glare from me as he continues. Otherwise, before we know it, he'll be dating Violet again. Violet? Nikita asks, confused. His ex, Mario says. She's a real Mario! My voice is full of warning as I glare at him. For once, he finally gets the hint and stops talking. Was this the same girlfriend we met at your birthday a couple of years ago? Nikita questions, looking at her brother. Yep, that was also the last time we saw Calvin before his resurrection a couple weeks ago. Let me get this straight. Nikita jumps in, glancing between the three of us. Calvin needs a date to make his ex-girlfriend jealous.
Yes.
I don't need to make her jealous.
Yes.
Jay turns to his sister. Calvin lost himself in his relationship with Violet, and we, being the good friends that we are worried that he'll run back to her again. Otherwise, he may never get his balls back. Even though Jay was trying to be polite about it, he still has me rolling my eyes. Where was all this honesty when I was in an actual relationship? How can he run back to someone who dumped him? Nikita asks. Salt, meat, wound. Good question, I mutter. You need to show her that she's missing out on one of the good ones, Mario says, placing his hand on my shoulder. But that's the thing, he might be a dick, but he's still a good friend.
Yeah, that's fine. It can be both.
It can be both.
Yeah.
I shrug it off. Kiss ass. I didn't think the Calvin Rhodes would have trouble securing a date. Nikita's voice is full of amusement, clearly enjoying this opportunity to take digs at me. It is our thing, not that we have a thing. Still, it's what we do, and it's frustrating being on the receiving end. I'm perfectly capable of securing a date, Nikita. I take another sip of my drink, allowing the bitter taste to soak my tongue before swallowing. He's not! Both Mario and Jay agree in unison.
Otherwise, you would have had a date.
True story. I don't know why everyone says it's good to have friends, I mutter. I'm failing to see the perks right now. Nikita's eyebrows raise slightly, and her mouth parts as if to say something. But our waiter arrives with the food. Thank fuck. At least we can all turn our attention to that, or any other conversation. I can be your date, Nikita pipes up, as she reaches for one of the side plates. Jay's laughter booms throughout the pub, causing a few heads to turn in our direction as Mario joins in with his own obnoxious laugh. It's only because she was drunk, though. The two of
Alcohol
them,
helps, yeah.
the two of them seem to be enjoying this far too much, while I am physically in pain from having to sit through this conversation. No. Why not? She takes a sip of her drink through her straw, the slurping sound following, reminding her that she has nothing but ice left. My jaw tightens. That sound is one reason. She rolls her eyes and places a couple of chicken wings on her plate, bringing her fingers up to her lips, sucking whatever sauce remains. It could be a good thing for you to date someone like me. Someone like me. Pretend date, I interject. Potato, potato, she shrugs and continues. It might teach you a thing or two. Oh, pray tell, what lessons could you possibly teach me? I ask, dumbfounded. She truly is an egotistical little thing. That's actually such a term of endearment, the little thing part. Not egotistical, but the little thing.
Yeah.
Actually, how to troll the fuck up. For one, Mario interjects, reaching for one of Nikita's chicken wings. I was about to say, I'll slap his hand.
My food.
Yeah, I'm feeling such my food.
You ordered your own chicken wings.
Yeah. And you bought platters for the table, now you
Yeah.
you bought food for the table, leave my
No.
chicken wings alone.
Mario's still trying to be flirty.
That's
Don't
not
take
how
my
you
food.
That's not how you be flirty.
My love language is not
It's
sharing
not.
food.
Don't touch.
Touch me, not the food.
Bang. Nikita eyes me, those hazel brown eyes of hers flashing with curiosity. They are a nice combination of green meets brown, is it? Not the kind of color one would see very often. She has nice eyes. How did I not notice that before? What's the matter, Carl? You don't think I could pretend to be your girlfriend? She shifts her chair closer to mine, leaning her elbow on the table as she glances up at me from under those long eyelashes. Calvin? Her voice is low and taunting as she invades my personal space, leaning closer. What's the problem? In a fleeting moment, Nikita had gone from a woman I can't get away from quickly enough to one that I can't pull my eyes from. This is Jay's sister. And as quickly as that thought enters my mind, I am doused in metaphorical cold water, slapping me from that moment. Nothing, I mutter.
No, follow
The gut.
Go to the dark side.
Yeah, we have cookies.
Well, cookie.
Fair point.
With pretty eyes.
With
Yeah.
very pretty eyes, green and brown.
And apparently long legs.
And very long legs, long lashes as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't long legs.
Yeah, it was long
Lashes
lashes. as well.
wasn't. Okay. Nothing, I mutter, leaning back in an effort to secure my personal space again. I turn to Jay. You were just about to throw a punch at, there you go, what you were saying, at Mario for attempting to get a date with your sister. But now you're okay with this?
Double standard.
Jay dives into one of the rib pieces, chewing it up as he laughs. Because Mario and my sister could happen. You and Nikita, he looks between the two of us before, that's what I was saying.
Mario.
It's the ones that you don't expect.
Exactly. Before laughing again. That would never happen. So I'm not concerned about letting her go with you. Nikita scoffs. It's like you could stop me. She points her
Thank
chicken
you.
wing in her
All these males are trying to control
Yeah,
her. Like, thank you.
No, I'm a strong, independent woman.
And I'll go to Portugal on a free holiday with some random dude if I want to.
Not
Oh,
random.
he's not random,
She
but
knows
like,
him, so
a
it's
dude
okay.
that I don't like.
Well, you say you don't like.
Yeah.
You say. Like you could stop me. She points her chicken wing in her brother's direction.
I
You,
can just picture like.
yeah, no, yeah.
Juice splash.
You don't let me do anything. I decide what I will and won't do, or who I will and won't do.
Woohoo!
Go Calvin.
There was my own edit in there, just saying. He lifted his arms in surrender. He lifts his arms in surrender. Okay, Miss Independent. She just rolls her eyes, nudging her brother before turning her attention back to me. Look, Rhodes, you need a date to make your ex jealous or whatever, and I need a break. An all expenses paid trip is. She pauses and looks at Mario. It is all expenses paid, right? Right, he answers. She returns her attention to me. See, that's exactly what I need right now. We can help each other. She speaks with an unusually level-headed tone. Normally, everything that comes out of her mouth has the same effect as hearing nails on a chalkboard. But right now, she was offering me a solution. And at least I know her. She isn't a stranger that I would have to get to know. I'm already well aware of her many annoying habits. So I could easily work around them. That's what I was saying about love and hate. It's a very fine line. I eye her suspiciously, still not quite convinced that this would be something that she'd really be open to. What agenda does she have? My fuck, you're stubborn, Mario exclaims, a laugh of disbelief flowing. An answer to your problem is presenting itself on a silver platter and you're still taking your sweet time? I ignore him and turn to Nikita. You'll have to pretend to like me for a week. I did drama in college. I'm perfectly capable of giving a convincing performance.
Have the training for this,
No.
right?
Yeah.
She gives,
I'm prepared.
I'm good. She gives me a fake smile. This is a bad idea. Something inside me is warning me against moving forward with this. Although the warnings that I had about seeing Violet again were much stronger than these. So, I give in. Taking a big sip of my drink, I place my glass back on the table. Fine, but we're doing it my way. She laughs, placing her hand on my arm and squeezing it. Okay, babe.
Love it.
Love the ending, yeah.
Yeah. Big fan. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was chapter 5 and 6.
Correct, yeah. We're starting on chapter 7 next.
Dum. Do you guys have any questions? Anything like that?
Yeah. Please, Nikita.
Comments.
Please post. Please comment. Please share. We'll
Please,
have to
Nikita.
answer. Yeah. Well, no, our Nikita.